Good day everyone. My name is Ms.Soriano from BSCE 2B. I am here to present the sampling technique, specifically the probability sampling. The first one is simple random sampling. In simple random sampling, the participants have an equal chance of being selected. The samples are randomly selected through lottery technique or table of random numbers technique. There are 4 ways in using simple random sampling. First is define the population. Second, decide on the sample size. Third, randomly select your sample. Last, collect data from your sample. There are 2 types of simple random sampling. The lottery or fishbowl technique, which uses a piece of paper and a bowl to randomly select the sample. It can either be sampling with replacement, wherein the drawn paper is returned to the bowl, or sampling without replacement, wherein the drawn papers are no longer returned to the bowl. The other type is table of random numbers technique. In this technique, there is a series of digits randomly arranged in rows and columns. The sample is then chosen by a computer. The second type of probability sampling is systematic random sampling. The participants are arranged in some fashion or unordered sampling frame. It has a random starting point, fixed periodic interval, and the progression is circular. The third type of probability sampling is stratified random sampling. In stratified random sampling, the population is divided into homogeneous strata, and then the sample is collected in each stratum. The fourth type of probability sampling is cluster sampling. In cluster sampling, the population is subdivided into smaller units, and then the sample is randomly selected in primary units. It is often called area sampling or multi-stage sampling because it is frequently applied in geographical basis. Here are some of the examples of the different types of probability sampling. Simple random sampling, lottery or fishbowl technique. All the names of the engineering students studying at Aurora State College of Technology were put in a bowl and 50 students were randomly selected to answer a survey for a research. Table of random numbers technique. In a barangay, 100 families were designated a certain number ranging from 1 to 100. Out of the 100 numbers, 25 were chosen using a computer-made table of numbers to be the beneficiary of a small organization to help them get through this pandemic. Systematic random sampling. The list of students of BSCE 2B were arranged alphabetically. All the surnames starting with a vowel will be chosen for the recitation. Stratified random sampling. The doctors working at a certain hospital were divided into 2 groups, male and female, and each group was divided based on their field of expertise. 3 doctors were chosen in every field and were interviewed about the average number of patients that they consulted for a month. Cluster sampling. A city was divided according to its districts. 10 people living in an apartment in each district were interviewed to determine whether they are students, working students, or permanent employees. That's all. Thank you for listening.